Good evening, guys. Welcome back. This time not to a race series. It is a race, but this is more for a race announcement more than anything else. And the announcement is next Saturday, the 5th of April, at 1500 UK time, there's going to be an 11v11 friendly match between NorwegianWatts and Ryan Condon. Now, the aim of this, first of all, to have a bit of fun, but both fantastic YouTubers will have a team of 11 each, and the aim of this is to get the leader from each team across the line first. So it's not who from each team is the fastest, it's let's get either NorwegianWatts or Ryan Condon across the line first. Winner takes it all. Better YouTube bragging rights. And the route is on Coast Crusher. So, funny enough, tonight, me and Ryan, we're going to have a little race on Coast Crusher tonight and see how it goes. Now, I just want to point out, Ryan is getting extremely strong as of late, but he is moving up a category here into the 520 to 690 category. His racing scores in the mid-400s, but I couldn't go down to him because my racing score was in the 530s. So unfortunately, if he wanted to race with me, we've had to come up together. We've picked this because it was the only one that was on the course that we're actually going to race NorwegianWatts on. But it was just more of a, let's have a bit of a ride of the route. I can't remember if I've ever rode this route before. So it was a little bit of a route recce, but in a bit more of a race scenario so we can kind of see how things pan out. So throughout this race, I'm going to be on Discord with Ryan. I'm just chatting away to him. So you'll not hear my usual heavy breathing and panting on this because, unfortunately, we can't hear Ryan, so it would just be a one-way conversation. So I thought I'd voice over instead. So for the purpose of good viewing, and because this is 42.6k, sped this up a little bit. The race, actually, when we're going to be racing NorwegianWatts, isn't quite the 42k that we're doing here. So it's only 34.6. So we will cover the whole route that we are going to be racing on. We will just have to try and keep an eye out to see where the finish marker is roughly. One thing we did notice, both of us, when we started this, was how tame it was to start with and how nobody kind of wanted to do anything. But the first part of the race it starts with a descent. So it's quite hard to get away on a descent because everyone is not really expunging that much energy on it. A couple of little punchy digs here by a few people. And as we kind of pass to this bridge area, it's a little bit rolling, so the watts do go up a little bit. Everyone tries to keep punching it out and breaking it up a little bit. But we've got 14 riders in this group, and it's quite a mixed ability. Ryan being a C, I'm a B. But actually, when we looked on it, there's quite a few A's in this. But their racing scores are kind of just under 690. So they've crept into this. And they've just kept the race pace high and attacked on quite a few of the climbs and such. It was at this point someone come flying past us on a TT bike. I'm not really sure if she realised that she had selected it. But unfortunately for her, that meant she got no draft, and we got no draft off her, but she's weaving all over the road. Just trying to get a little bit of a workout in by the looks of it. But no harm, no foul. I was guessing maybe she was just trying to upgrade her TT bike, get some miles in and a bit of an effort on the course at the same time. But it didn't really break up the race or anything like that, so it didn't harm anyone else's times. You'll notice from the kind of route map there that it is almost pan flat, this, so it's a very fast and flowing course. But there is, and we come up to some of them soon, there is a few little rollers which can catch people out, and you'll see both me and Ryan working hard to kind of stay on. If you hadn't already spotted him, Ryan is wearing his signature Zwift orange with his orange headband, which you can see how he earned that in his previous upload video. So I'd urge you to go and watch that. So throughout the race, we kind of identified that the pace was going to be kept high, and there was constant attacks from two riders. The French rider, is it Sauvage? Hopefully I haven't murdered that name. And then the other rider, Farstad. Throughout the race, they just constantly went on the front, either rolling off each other and attacking, or just trying to keep the pace high as possible. My estimations were, and I could be wrong here, they did have both quite a high FTP and good watts per kilo. So with this being a flat course, I thought maybe they might have been climbers and they didn't want to take it down to a sprint. But hey, I'll never know what's inside their mind. So throughout this race, me and Ryan are discussing some of the certain parts of the race and where we think other races may evolve. But as you can see, this is a pretty flat race, so we suspect that in the race next week that it might be flat and fast. But for this, what really impresses me is that Ryan has jumped up a level and he's sticking with it. He's with it all the way, hanging in there with A's, B's and C's, and that's just what we want to see. And as you see now, we're now start coming towards the roller section, and quite a few attacks coming on and off here. Riders recover going downhill and then putting in 5-6 watts per kilo going uphill, just trying to break the group. And as you'll see, like every now and again we start whittling down and one comes off the back. So very quickly we do kind of whittle down to, I think we finish at a group of 7 or 8. I will point out as well, before he disappears, he's in orange with the Union Jack hat on. So we've got Mark there, so it's Marky Mark Zwifts. I'll put his link to his YouTube channel in the bottom of the description as well. He's going to be involved in the race next week, so it was lovely to see him jump on and do this with us. But he did just come from doing the Queen stage of Zwift Games, so probably not a great idea. In the race now, you can see it's breaking up all over the place. People are trying attacks, trying to break the pack down, but people take turns to chase them down. I chase quite a big group down, Ryan chases a group down, someone else keeps going off the front, and it's just attack after attack. And then when it's not attack, it's quite high pace racing. So this is brilliant, and actually as a sprinter, this is right in my wheelhouse of how I like to race. As I mentioned before, I think everyone just starts attacking everyone here, and people roll off the front, and I just chased it down, then someone else rolls off the front, and then someone else chases it down, and it just continues like that for the remainder of the race. And we're at 9k now, so this is pretty much how we think it's going to settle in for the rest of the race. But you look around, we've got 7 riders with us now. Mark's just dropped off because he needs a bit of a rest after his big effort on the race before. And I look around, and guess who's still here with his orange headband on? Yep, C racer Ryan Condon, right, with his mid 400 racing score, hanging in there with 520s to 690s. So because quite late in the race now, we're kind of looking and identifying that we probably need to keep an eye out for any late attacks. Anyone goes off the front, they need chasing down, because if they go, then we're probably not going to pull them back in with however long's left. And what I'll do is, for the last K, I'll slow it down so you can see the race unfold and see how we get to the finish line. So I would say normally races like this would end up at a really high pace in the last couple of Ks, but everyone didn't want to go onto the front, and before you know it, Ryan kind of found himself there. And I said, that's cool, it just means you're dictating the pace. And then we're into the final K. And then weirdly, my video cut off, so unfortunately I didn't video me. what you'll see is straight away at 800 metres someone starts to go, and we all try to chase it down. But then I sit up because I think, well, actually that's a bit far out for me. But what was really impressive was Ryan chased it. But I'm sitting up, I'm sitting waiting, trying to get down to just under 300, and then I'm going to start my sprint. But then I start it and I realise that it's lost. Like, I've just waited a little bit too long. I probably could have caught maybe one, but more importantly, what I was pleased to see more than anything, Ryan Condon, 4th place, and I was absolutely ecstatic for him. Hanging in there with a race above the category that he's normally racing in, and it just shows that all that hard work has paid off. But on Zwift Power, he's got a podium. So well done, Ryan, on that. Absolutely phenomenal. So the leader didn't have a heart rate monitor on, so was disqualified. So well done, Ryan, on your first podium in the league above. Don't think it'll be the last, maybe the first of many. But I suspect NorwegianWatts is not going to be happy with looking at this video, because he best start training, because it looks like he's got a serious race on his hands. Well, if you've enjoyed this, please tune in next week to the battle of the YouTubers, as you could call it, Ryan versus NorwegianWatts. I think it's going to be an interesting race. That was a really good course, and I'm glad we got the chance to experience it. And I'm gonna back the horse that I'm riding with. So come on, Ryan, and good luck, NorwegianWatts. Right, this is a friendly race, and we're all doing this for a bit of fun and a little bit of internal bragging rights, but mainly fun. Please drop a like, a share, but more importantly, subscribe if you like what you're seeing.